Welcome to Life Writing with CJ. Joining me in observance of National Black Business Month for this LifeWriting.com Matters segment is the founder of Robbie's Coffee, Erica Moore. Hey, Erica.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Hey, I wish I was, sitting in that same setting that you're in. I'm loving that view.
You're always welcome.
From a Robbie's Coffee perspective, what's the significance of it? Where did it come about?
Well, first of all, Christopher, thanks so much for having me on your show. We go way back, 25 plus years. We'll leave it at that,
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. But I am, honored to be here and so proud of you and glad that you are, taking the opportunity to do the things that you are doing, which is, motivating people, supporting people ventures, because there's not a lot of people out there doing it. So I
Gotcha.
am glad and happy that, that you're one of those people that are, and that I could say that you are my classmate, that I know you personally. I was reading an article in a magazine, and the title of it was something like the story behind your coffee.
hmm
And I love coffee. I drink coffee every day, sometimes all day. For me, it's what get my brain churning. And because of the type of work that I do, I have to read a lot, think a lot. So I drink coffee. So this article caught my attention because it did say the story behind your coffee, and it was talking about how where coffee is grown, farmed, mainly in third world countries, that they were basically being, we're just going to say, scam, as far as what they are getting paid, or what they deserve to be paid. And how basically they were destroying their land as sometimes, trying to grow coffee, but they're not really reaping the benefits. So it was talking about how to basically do sustainable purchasing, when it comes, to coffee, to think about, where you're getting your coffee from, who the farmer is, and how they are being, paid. So in reading that and being a coffee drinker, I was like, let me see how I can help with that, because, I'm a large consumer of coffee. I just hate to think that, because the article mentioned that it's such a discrepancy in how the farmers get paid. Like, some may get paid $3.50 a day, while
Wow.
others get $3.50 an hour. Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
That's the reason why I started thinking about, okay, um, how can I help this? Because my one of my pet peeves, or not pet peeves, I should say, but one of the things I like to live by is, how can I make the world a better place? So
Okay.
in reading this article, I was thinking, okay, how can I affect this industry, in a positive way? One, I can start being mindful of the type of coffee, that I purchase.
Hmm.
Um, Two, I'm like, okay, well, why not go one step further and make sure that these farmers are being paid and reimbursed correctly for their hard labor and work. So that's how I started thinking about getting into the coffee business.
Wow.
I decided to name it after my grandmother, in honor of her, because what better way to honor her than to have her name on a beverage that's one of the top three beverages in the world, coffee.
Yes.
Yes. So that's how it came about. And I started to do research, and for me, I know that I'm moving in the right direction when I'm doing something, and when things just start to unfold very easily.
Uh-huh.
And it started to unfold very easily for me. I went to this bakery that I frequent, a lot, and they had just started selling coffee. So I purchased a bag from them, and I saw it was roasted in a city 5 miles from where I live. And I was like,
Oh.
someone that roasts coffee within 5 miles of me. So I reached out to them. It was a couple, and they actually told me they were about to retire, but they were passing their business on to another gentleman. and they would put me in contact with that gentleman because he's looking for new clients like myself. And
Okay.
she spent over 30 plus minutes on the phone with me telling me the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts, which she didn't have to do because she was about to retire and close her business. But
Right.
she, it was, to me, it was just divine intervention. And then
Exactly.
I reached out to the guy that she told me about, and he's a God-fearing man, and we're going to talk about connection, making
Okay.
sure we're connected with the right people later on. But he's a God-fearing man, and it has kind of gone from there.
Wow. Okay. Now, you shared some tidbits before, but that was that was a bird's eye view, and
Yeah.
just and from the perspective of just simply put, you're looking holistically, like across the industry of it. The research that you conducted or what have you, which gave you more fuel for the fire.
The word says that God order our steps, not our stance. So you got to keep
Mm.
moving. So you got to keep moving. And that was one of the things that I was going to talk about,
I like
later
that.
in the segment, but we can go ahead and talk about it now.
Uh-huh.
Um, when you're thinking about doing something, especially a business, um, you cannot be your worst enemy. And sometimes people are always talking about haters, but we are our worst haters sometimes. We are our own hater because
Ooh.
we will talk ourselves out of doing something. So
Ooh.
you can't do that. You know, um, for me, um, my passion is to help people, and I hate to keep using this, but this is who I am, and to make this world a better place. So anytime I see an opportunity to do that, I'm going to do that, regardless of what that is. And that's what kind of fuels me because I tell my friends a lot that we're going to leave this world to our kids and to our grandkids, so we have got to make it better.
Have you run into any challenges? I guess at all.
Oh yeah, definitely challenges, especially from the perspective of I'm going to say, for lack of better words, financial challenges,
Mhm.
because coffee is not my profession. you know, that's not my industry.
Right.
I am a healthcare consultant. So and this can be a hindrance to a lot of us. We have to continuously do what's making us money, and then we do what's not making us money on the side. So sometimes that on the side thing gets put behind and you don't put as much energy towards it. But the thing you're putting to the side could basically, most likely, is your ticket out of the rat race.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that that's
Erica, Erica,
that's a,
that was a mouthful. How do you feel right now? What has been most rewarding about this whole experience of Robbie's Coffee?
the most rewarding things. Oh my goodness, so many. Learning something new. You know, um,
Mm.
it's my goal to learn something new every day and to never stop learning something new. So again, this was not my profession, or is not my profession, but I have learned so much about it. So that's one of the most rewarding things. Also,
Okay.
it has given me a platform to launch so many different other things, in order to again affect the world. Because not only is Robbie's Coffee going to be the best coffee, you know, in the world, we're
Yeah.
actually going to use this as a platform to motivate people, to help people mentally, emotionally, physically, just to fellowship with people. I mean, we got a whole slew of things that we're going to roll out, from or branching out from Robbie's Coffee.
What's on the horizon?
Yes. So, as I mentioned earlier, our platform is make the world a better place. So we have two ventures rolling out. One is called hashtag Robbie's Adventures, and that's going to be a platform that's going to be all about helping people think outside of the box, you know, and to try new things and do new things. We also have another venture we're rolling out called hashtag Robbie's Lifestyle, and with
Okay.
that platform, it's four things: selflessness, kindness, love, and compassion. And that encompasses
Mm.
everything that I saw from my grandmother. She exhibited those things every single day. And you may not know this, but she was a school bus driver for Burt County. She retired from doing that. Yes.
You know what, Erica? That never. I remember her, but it never dawned on me that that's who you're talking about.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
So that's hashtag Robbie's lifestyle. We're actually going to, be pushing that one fairly soon. We believe that it's very important who you connect with when it comes to relationships, organizations, things, etc. Everything is important. If something is not serving you, uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just talking about financially, whether emotionally, mentally, then we need to rid that. We need to get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, those are things that we're going to be talking about and discussing and promoting, with hashtag Robbie's lifestyle. We're going to be talking about creating win-win relationships. It's
Mm-hmm.
important that you be part of a relationship that's win-win. You don't want someone or be in a relationship with someone that's always just taking, and they're not,
Absolutely.
and vice versa. You need to check yourself as well to make
Right.
sure that you're not the person that's taking. You have to evaluate your relationships and make sure that you're not the person that's just doing the taking. A relationship has to be, win-win.
But Erica, you, this thing right here has tentacles.
Yes,
You got that.
definitely. And that's the most rewarding thing is that, when this was put in my spirit, I had no idea how it was going to branch out.
Mm.
What it was going to lead to. And I see it getting, bigger and bigger.
What words of wisdom, inspirational quotes or whatever that you can impart to, someone uh, in your type of business or just entrepreneur in general?
I would say just do it. Anything that has been placed in your spirit, your dream, just do it. There Don't wait for the business plan. Don't wait until your finances are better. Don't wait until the kids graduate. Don't wait until the kids get in high school. Just do it. If it's something that God has put in your heart and spirit to do, He's going to give you the resources to get it done.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my sister. Yeah, no, that's it. Just
Yeah.
do it, make it happen. Stop
Right.
talking about it, be about it, put things in place. Talk to people. You were talking about those relationships earlier. Forge relationships with people who are doing the same or similar thing that you're doing.
Right. Right.
So many folks just don't. Anyway, that's another segment. That's another
It is.
segment.
That is, and they call it. I've heard it. It may not be a new term, but I've heard it say gatekeeping. A lot of people like to gatekeep. They
Ooh, that's it.
share. They don't want to share stuff for whatever reason. They don't want anyone to get ahead of them or to do better than them, or whatever the reason is.
That is it.
It's time that no, because again, how can we make the world a better place? The only way we make this world a better place is by getting out, supporting, motivating, each other.
Absolutely. I want to run your IG right there, Instagram, Robbie's Coffee.
Yes,
Very,
yes.
very straightforward.
Do reach out to us, message me. I have coffee samples, or if you want to connect about, any type of resources. Kristen noticed, but I do have a podcast as well, Be a Lady and a Legend. So if you want to reach out to me on that, if you want to reach out to me just for prayer, motivation, I'm here.
Being a lady and a legend.
Be a lady and a legend.
Be a lady and a legend. Oh, I love that.
And you got to keep in mind too that if you're God fearing, it's all about your mindset. God don't ordain the same two people do the same thing. So although it may look like what you're doing or whatever, that's not what God ordained you to do. You got to learn to run your race and stay in your lane. If you're running your race and staying in your lane, it don't matter what Susie is doing over here.
It doesn't matter.
But it's your mindset.
What did we say? What is for you is for you.
Exactly.
Period. Hey, another segment. For you. Yeah, let me. Hey, I got all kind of notes and mental notes over here. I'm enjoying this.
Yes.
Look, Erica, as I tell everyone, thanks so much
No,
for
thank you. Thank
for
you for having me.
participating.
It's such a blessing.
And to the audience, thank you too for your continued support. I hope this segment offered some inspirational information which will help people write the lives they desire. Don't forget to subscribe and share. This was presented to you by lifewriting.com, where writing speaks.